We know that the police are tracking every move that man makes in his apartment with infrared censoring devices. He has said that he is prepared to hand himself over to police at midday local time. That's in an hour's time. He threw a gun out of the window a little earlier, but police do believe that he is still heavily armed. There was a heavy exchange of gunfire in the earlier hours of this raid, which began at 3 a.m. local time. 2 policemen injured in that raid. We also know that the suspect's mother and his brother have been arrested. As you say, he has already admitted to having carried out the various attacks, saying that the attack on the Jewish school was in retaliation or to avenge, really, the deaths of Palestinian children. We know that he has spent significant time himself in Pakistan and in Afghanistan, and has said that he has links to Al-Qaeda. Monita.
We understand, as the Interior Ministry has been saying, that he says he's willing to surrender at 12 noon local time. Has he made any demands surrounding that surrender?
Not that we are aware of at this stage. We simply know that he said that he is prepared to hand himself over. On what conditions, we're not sure. We have heard from the Interior Minister that this man has been under surveillance for really quite some years. In fact, it does make you wonder why, in that case, this could have taken so long to trace him down in Toulouse. We do know a little more about the way this investigation has gone, that authorities were alerted to him fairly near the beginning. Basically, there was an email exchange between him and the first soldier who was killed, who wanted to sell a motorbike. And it was at that rendezvous, when they were to discuss the motorbike, that the soldier was killed. Investigators have traced the IP address of that email, connected it to this man. We also know that they were tracing telephone calls that he made around the Jewish school, so crucial pieces of evidence which linked this suspect, this 24-year-old man, as you say, French national of Algerian origin, to the 3 killings. Monita.
Dinah, what are people in the neighborhood saying about whether or not they know this man? Have they seen him around in the community? Did they even talk to him?
Been arrested in Kandahar in 2010. We think for a common law offence.
Well, we've spoken to a couple of neighbours, one of them very surprised, obviously, that a raid could have been going on in this neighbourhood. It's really quite a sort of low-key residential neighbourhood about 3 kilometres away from the Jewish school where the attack took place on Monday. We also talked to another man who lives on his street, who says that his daughter thought that she saw the killer yesterday. She said she ran up to her daughter, to her father, she's a 14-year-old girl, and said, "Daddy, I've seen a man on a white scooter. He took off his helmet and looked at me, and he had a scar on one of his cheeks." And that is something that was also widely reported in the press, that an eyewitness at the shooting in Montalban had said that this man had a scar on his cheek. So if that is the case, a chilling moment really for a little 14-year-old girl to come face to face, as she said she felt she had, with the killer.